Good morning Year 4, and this is your maths video for if you've got this booklet on Monday the 22nd of February. Now I hope you've all had a fantastic half term. You definitely deserve it for your efforts with home learning. Hope you've had a nice rest and are ready for some new learning. Okay, so we are still working in the same booklet, so it's the same booklet we've been working in from the start. But I want you to skip these 2 pages, okay? So we're not going to be completing our time work yet. I want you to go to the next page, which is all about shapes, okay? But I'll come to that in a little bit. Now, to get us started, to get our brains warmed up after you've had a week off, we're going to be completing some repeating patterns. And a repeating pattern means that it's exactly the same all the way along. So you'll see here that we've got a square and then a triangle. What would come next? Okay, so it's going to be another square, isn't it? Now I can draw a square using my whiteboard. There we go, there's my square. And then we've got a triangle. And what I want you to do now is to complete those repeating patterns. How did we do then, Year 4? Has it woken us up ready for today's learning? I hope so. Okay, so it would go square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle. Then we've got circle, rectangle, circle, rectangle, circle, rectangle, circle, rectangle, circle, rectangle, and then big square, little square, triangle. Big square, little square, triangle, big square, little square, triangle, big square. Okay, so can you guess what we're looking at for the next few days? It's shapes, isn't it? So, your learning question says, can I begin to identify the properties of 2D shapes? Now, 2D shapes are flat shapes, okay? And I've got some examples on my board that we're going to talk about. So, the first one that we've got is a circle. I want you to say that one for me. Circle. Brilliant. And what can you tell me about a circle? Okay, so it's got a round edge, hasn't it? And how many edges are there? Goes all the way around. So there's just one, and that one's a round edge. Then we've got a rectangle, and a rectangle has got straight edges this time. So it's different than a circle. And we've got 2 long edges and 2 shorter edges. How many edges are there in a rectangle, Year 4? 4, brilliant. Okay, next one then is a triangle. And how many edges does my triangle have? It's got 3. And they are all straight edges. The next one, we don't see this one very often, but this one is an oval, your turn. And an oval is a little bit like a circle that's being stretched. So it's got a curved edge, and there's only one edge. Okay, now we're getting into some 2D shapes that have got more edges or sides. Okay, so we've got an octagon. And an octagon has got 8 sides. And I remember that, Year 4, by looking at these first few letters, oct. And I know that an octopus, a creature in the sea, has got 8 tentacles. So an octagon must have 8 sides. Then we've got a square. And a square's got 4 sides. And what can you tell me about those sides? Are they straight or curved? Okay, so they're straight. And are they all the same or are they different? Because a rectangle's also got 4 sides. Okay, so a square's got 4 sides that are all the same length. Next one is a heptagon. Heptagon. And let's count these ones because we're getting to lots of sides now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So a heptagon has got 7 sides and they are all straight. Here we've got a rhombus which has got 4 sides. And in a rhombus, all of those sides are the same length. We've got a pentagon, which always reminds me of a house, and that's got 5 sides. We've got a hexagon. The hexagon's got 6 sides. And then we've got a kite, like something that we fly in the air, and it's got 4 sides. And you can see that it's got 2 sides that are longer and 2 sides that are shorter. And the first thing I want you to do, Year 4, is you're going to open your book to page 28. Okay, and the first question is asking you to colour the squares in red and to colour the triangles in green. So you need 2 colours, a red and a green. Now think about what we've just been looking at. How many sides does a triangle have? How many sides does a square have? It doesn't matter if they look a little bit different. If it's got the same amount of sides, if it's got 3 sides, that must make it a triangle. Okay, so it doesn't matter if they're a little bit different. If it's got 3 sides, that would make it a triangle. If we go back to our board then. So, we're going to play a quick game. That's called What Shape Am I? So now that we've looked at some shapes, we know how many sides they've got. We know if they're straight or if they're curved. We know if they're the same or if they're different lengths. Let's see if we can apply that to a quick game. Okay, so you've got to watch very carefully. And let's see what shape we can see. Well, there it is. It's got a curved side or a curved edge. Has anyone got any ideas? What shape do you think it is? Let's check. Brilliant, it's a circle. Well done. One curved edge. Next one then. So we've got some straight sides there. How many sides are there? Keep watching. Okay, what shape do you think that one is? Have you all got an answer? It's a triangle. Brilliant. Okay, so we've got some straight edges again. Now I can see 4 edges, but are they the same length or are they different? Okay, so they're all the same, so that makes it a square. Next one. How many edges? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 edges. What do we call a shape that's got 5 sides? A pentagon. Brilliant. Next one. Oh, it's got a very long edge along here. Okay, I think there's 4 all together. This one seems very long. What shape could it be? A rectangle, brilliant. Ooh, okay, so this one's got lots of sides. They're all straight. Let's have a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What do we call an 8-sided shape? An octagon. And I'm going to stop there. Well done if you managed to name all of those shapes. Because we're going to use that to help us to complete question 2. And you'll see that we've got some 2D shapes that have been drawn for you. They've all got straight sides and you've got to match them to its name. So let's start with this one. So it's got 3 sides. What do we call a shape that's got 3 straight sides? You're going to match it from the picture to the correct word. Okay. Now this question I think is a little bit tricky and it's very similar to one in your booklet. So I've asked you to draw a 5-sided shape. Now we know a 5-sided shape is called a pentagon, don't we? We know that. So I'm going to write that word on the board. Pentagon. Pentagon. Okay. And I want you to draw a 5-sided shape. Now it doesn't matter if it doesn't look like this pentagon here. That's okay. As long as it's got 5 sides that are all straight, it's still a pentagon. So I'm going to use my straight line tool. You will need to use a ruler. If you've not got a ruler, you might want to use another straight edge that you can find around your house. Maybe drawing down the edge of one of your booklets as that's straight. So I need to draw 5 lines that all need to match up. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it doesn't look exactly like the one that was on the board, and that's okay because it's got 5 straight sides. Let's have a go at another one. Okay, so your turn now then, year 4, but you've not been asked to draw a 5-sided shape. You've been asked to draw a 6-sided shape. So find your ruler and draw your best 6-sided shape and then write the shape's name in this box, just like I wrote pentagon. If you can't remember, you might want to rewind the video to where we had all of those shapes on the board behind me. And your final question for today, year 4, and I want you to do this one without needing the shape mat on the board, is asking you to write down the number of sides that each shape has. So we've got some shapes and you've got to count how many sides each shape has got. Now once you've done that, you're going to take a picture and send it to the year 4 email address. But you know I like to set you an extra challenge, and I think it's quite a fun one today. My challenge is asking you how many different shapes can you spot around your house. So have a look, what shapes can you see? In my classroom, I can see that my whiteboard is a rectangle, because it's got 4 sides. 2 are short and 2 are long. How many shapes can you spot? It would be lovely if I could see a really long list of all of those. And then let's finish by rolling our dice. So so we can have a little think about our learning today. What number will we land on? Number 2. What were you most pleased with today? So it could be that you already knew the names of those 2D shapes, or that you managed to find lots in your shape hunt. Don't forget to take a picture and send it to the Year 4 email address.